So example 2 focuses on trying to solve this orange quadratic. If you didn't watch the other video and didn't get this as your answer, you might go back and watch that other video before this one to see how I got to this place. But now, like, the new part is to take this place and just clean up this answer. The root 28 is a gross, disgusting decimal, and we do know how to break up a radical now and simplify it. Because we know a radical, a square root, means find a thing that multiplies by itself to make 28. So I'm going to have two groups that I need to be exactly the same. So this thing times this thing has to make 28. The problem is it's not going to be a nice, pretty number. So as we try to take all the things that multiply to make 28 and split it into two equal groups, there'll be some leftovers that have to stay in the box. So I'd break out that prime factorization calculator, or I'd break up 28 in a factor tree, and I'd find out that 28 is 2 times 2 times 7. So as I think about breaking these factors up into two equal groups, I can definitely work with these. I'd have 1, 2 in each group, but the 7 I can't split it evenly among the groups, so it's going to have to stay underneath the radical symbol. And then the part, I want half of the ones that I could break up. So this is all the ones I could break up. I want half of them. So root 28 is the same thing as 2 root 7. So now I'll go back to this part. It's going to be 2 plus or minus, I won't say root 28 this time. Root 28 is 2 root 7. All divided by 2. If you get that far, I'm pretty happy. You should be pretty happy. But then we're going to take the extra step of looking at everything outside the radical symbol itself. And if those all have a common factor, we'll divide each of those by the common factor. 2 goes into all these numbers. So if I take this guy and divide it by 2, it's 1. Plus or minus, this guy divided by 2 is 1. This guy divided by 2 is also 1. As we look at this, this one I need to keep, but this says 1 times radical 7. I don't need to say 1 times radical 7. 1 times radical 7 is radical 7. I can just start radical 7. This says the whole thing divided by 1. I don't need to write divided by 1. Anything divided by 1 is itself. So this would be like the way, like what the most beautiful answer would look like. Persevere, practice, focus on the hard part, the hardest part at each time. So, like, think about, like, I don't know, dumb baseball analogy, I guess, but like I'm thinking like getting to this part of the problem, getting to this part of the problem, like just solving this and getting to here, it's like getting to first base. Recognizing that this portion is disgusting, and then treating it separately to try to break it up and simplify it. That's getting to like second base. So this is me taking that root 28 and cleaning it up. And then finally, like looking at all these numbers on the outside and simplifying it, I guess that's getting to third base and then home run, whatever. It's all good. Do your best. Trust yourself. I'll see you guys on Thursday.